Hey, what's up, folks? How's it going? This is Avijit here, and welcome to Devops Challenge Hub. So let's start. And today's interview question is, let me share my screen. Yeah. What Kubernetes resources help you handle persistent storage? So as usual, we'll discuss the concept. We'll see the example. Like I will give you a small demo program so that you will see how it's working. And at the end, there will be some quizzes so that it will reinforce your concept. Okay. So stay till the end, participate in the quiz, try along with me, and then it will help you to understand the concept better. Okay. So what Kubernetes resources help you handle persistent storage? So here we have concept of PV and PVC. PV is persistent volume. So persistent volume is a piece of storage in the cluster provisioned by admin or dynamically allocated by storage class. So it's like, let's say like you are connecting a USB drive or USB stick to your laptop, and there are like you have a 10 GB disk. So you are provisioning that 10 GB admin or your computer admin is provisioning that 10 GB. Now when application is running, application may need a 1 GB. So it will say that I need 1 GB. So it will block that space. So that's the PVC, right? That part is called PVC. So it's a request for storage by a user. PVC is a request for storage by user. And persistent volume is a piece of storage in the cluster provisioned by an administrator or dynamically provisioned using storage class. Okay. So here in the Kubernetes documentation, we have a lot of details about persistent volume PV and PVC. Okay. So I have just summarized a couple of key points here, and let's move to the example pv.yml. Okay. So here kind is persistent volume and metadata name local PV. You can give any name. And capacity is 1 GB. 1 GB access mode is read write once. And host path, like on the host path, it will be like here, like I'm running this kind cluster on Mac. So host path will be it's inside the Docker, not on the Mac. So that path will be used. So there I'm provisioning 1 GB. I'm creating a path. And persistent volume reclaim policy is written. So we'll see all this, what it means. So lifecycle independent of pods exists beyond the pod's lifetime. So it doesn't matter whether pod exists or not. Uh, it will exist beyond the pod's lifetime. For example, whether it doesn't matter whether your application you are running or not. If you connect USB drive to your laptop, it will be there. Type supports NFS, AWS EBS, 𝐸𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬, GCPD, Azure Disk, and so many other things. Host path is for development host path. Uh, Host path means whatever path you have on the computer or your folder you are maintaining on your computer. Attributes, capacity we have seen that 1 GB, 1 GB, 2 GB you can specify size of the storage. Access mode defines how the volumes can be mounted, how it's mounted, read write once or read only or read write many like that. Reclaim one policy. What happens if the PVC is deleted? What happens application which was writing the data and got deleted, like pod is deleted, right? Pod has claimed some PVC, 1 GB of half GB of data, let's say, and it's not there. So PVC is removed. So should we retain the data? Should we remove data from our, like example analogy is like, should I remove the data from the USB drive? Application exited. Should I remove the data? Should I clean it up? So retain means it will be there. Delete means it will be deleted. Recycle is deprecated, not used. A storage class, it defines a storage class for dynamic provision. Binding, PV gets bound to PVC via matching spec. So it will get bounded. Like you have one PV which has like read write. Other one is it's 1 GB. Another one is 2 GB. And your application needs 1.5 GB. So it cannot be bounded with the first PV. it has to be bounded with bound with the second one, because it's not matching the spec with the first one. Then static versus dynamic. Manually created by admin is a static one. Dynamically, it created on the fly using storage classes when PVCs are created. Like for example, you book a hotel, pre-book it. So it's static. Like you before traveling, you are booking it, but you do walk in. You didn't book earlier. You visited that place, and then you are searching for the hotel. You just walked in. You didn't book. So that's a kind of dynamic. Now let's okay. So I have explained this PV, access mode, host path, and persistent volume. And now I will just deploy this. So I have installed kind cluster, and okay, I need to create the kind cluster first. Okay, I have to create a kind cluster. Okay, kind cluster is created. Kind create cluster minus minus name PV demo. So I have created kind cluster. So on my Mac, I have installed kind and 𝐸𝐞𝐫𝐤, and then I have created kind cluster. So kind cluster, preparing nodes, writing configuration, starting control plane, installing CNI, installing storage class. Now I'll be deploying this 𝐸𝐶TL apply minus f pv dot YML. And now let's see 𝐸𝐶TL get pv. Yes. So it's done. Deployed it. Local PV 1 GB RW retain available. Now let's look at the PV claim. Persistent volume claim. Persistent volume claim. Name local PVC. Access mode read write once. Resource request is 500 MB. So there I administrator created 1 GB. Now I'm requesting 500 MB, and volume name is local PV. Volume name is local PV. Referring this one local PV. Local PV. Here also you can see YML local PV. So open the PVC file, and storage class empty, because if it is not empty, it will be by default. It may be dynamic provision. It will be by default whatever default storage class. It will be dynamic provisioning, so it may not. It won't take this local host part. So let's deploy this one also. 𝐸𝐶TL apply minus f pvc YML. Okay, this is also done. 𝐸𝐶TL get pvc local bound. So it's bound with the PV. Now, next one is to create the pod, which will be using this PVC. The pod will go to pod. So, kind is pod. Pod name is test PV pod. Container name test container. Image is busybox. And command sleep for 2600 seconds. So, it will be waiting for 1 hour. Otherwise, this will immediately come out. This pod will it will immediately come out. I'm running this sleep command for 1 hour. Okay, inside the busybox. And mount path data name is test storage, and this volume name test storage. This test storage is nothing but persistent volume claim. Claim name is local PVC. Claim name is local PVC. Persistent volume claim. Claim name local PVC. Okay, so this pod will be using the local PVC. So let's deploy this pod. Okay, now 𝐸𝐶TL create pod container creating. Let it create. Now we'll test it. Let's see what is the situation. Okay, it's running now. So now I will get inside the pod. So let's enter the pod. Test PV pod. This is the pod name. So I'm inside the pod now. I'm inside the pod now. And I will write something into this file /data hello.txt. Okay. And I can see that hello PV is written here. Hello PV is written here. Now I will exit the pod. And if I check on the host, on my Mac host, what happens? Mac host, there is nothing. There's no MNT. Because this it's a kind cluster, kind. So we need to get inside the kind uh, container, Docker container. So Docker PS, right? So Docker exit -it pv demo controller plane message. Okay, so I'm inside the Docker container kind Docker container. Now inside I have to go to mnt and cat for hello.txt. Okay, I have to go to because I have mounted kind hyphen p. Yes, hello.txt. Yeah, so you can see that hello pv is there. So it's mounted mnt/kind pv. So pod has written into /data hello.txt, and we have that is mapped to finally /mnt/kind pv, right? /mnt/kind pv because we have mentioned that in pv.yml /mnt/kind pv. So hope this is clear. And now let's go to quickly have a look at uh, P PVC. PV is we have discussed PVC persistent volume claim request for storage by user. So pod uses PVC to access storage without knowing the details of the underlying PV. Okay, so it uses PVC to access the storage. It doesn't know what is PV because it's abstracting. Okay, so PVC knows about the PV and pod knows about the PVC. So PV, so pod is not directly talking with the PV. Attribute, resource request storage, the requested size, access mode, storage class name. We have seen that details. Access mode, storage class name. If I go to PVC access mode, storage class name. Okay. Life cycle, PVCs are bound to PVs and can be deleted, releasing the volume based on the reclaim policy. If it is a return, that data will be there. If it is a delete, data will be deleted. Volume binding and reclaim policy. Binding, automatic or manual binding between PVC or PV. Reclaim policy is written, keep data for manual recovery, recycle. Once the data is deprecated, no longer used, and deletes the associated storage asset. Access mode we have discussed. Read write once, read write many, read only many, read write many. Read write once, read only many, read write many. These are the three access modes. Storage class for dynamic provisioning defines provisioner parameters, reclaim policy, mount options. PVCs with storage class automatically get PVs. Okay. So let's now go to quiz section. So once you participate in the quiz, then concepts will be much more clearer. So first question is, what is a persistent volume in Kubernetes? Temporary storage attached to pod, storage resource provision manually or dynamically in a cluster, configuration file for volume, a container runtime feature. So correct answer is B. Storage resource provisioned manually or dynamically in a cluster. Let's go to the next question. We have 7 quiz today. What does persistent volume claim do? Deletes a volume from the cluster, requests storage resources like size and access mode. Yes. So it requests storage resources like size and access mode. It says that I need high RAM in this access mode. Read write once, something like that. Okay. Correct answer is B. Next question, which one of the following is not a valid access mode for PV or PVC? Read write once, read only many, read write many, read write all. So we have seen that we have only three. Read write all is not there. So read write all is not a valid access mode. What happens when PVC is deleted and the PV has a reclaim policy delete? So when PVC is deleted and PV has reclaim policy delete, the storage asset will be deleted. Which component is responsible for dynamic provisioning of persistent volumes? Answer will be storage class. Can a persistent volume exist without being bound to PVC? Yes. Even if PVC is not there, persistent volume can exist. The answer is yes. What is required in a PVC for it to be successfully bound to a PV? Same port name, matching access modes and size requirements, same container runtime, mount path match. So we need this matching access mode and size requirement. If both are matched, then only PVC will be bound to PV. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you like this video, and please like it, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, I post quizzes daily on my LinkedIn page, Devops 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬. Please participate in the quiz, and you can participate in the contest, and also subscribe to my WhatsApp channel. Thank you for watching this video. See you again in the next video.